Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs en Fuego. We're documenting the journey of incredible entrepreneurs. Nicole Gallegos is my guest today. How you doing, Nicole?
I'm great. How are you?
You're not nervous, are you?
A little bit.
You are the premier personal assistant.
Thank you.
You are.
Yes,
it.
thank you.
But you are the best of the best because you have an incredible background. And tell us about that background in corporate America and then how you jumped into just becoming
Actually, I kind of started really out of high school. My parents are both entrepreneurs. They both own businesses throughout my high school growing up, so I saw what that was a part of, and answering phones for my dad, at a very young age, that kind of thing. And I got to be lucky enough to work at a flower shop, so my customer service really started really young. I'm really grateful for that. Moved out to Phoenix in 2000, and again, customer service, and I just always wanted to do something more. And so every time I decided I wanted to try something, I would go for it and put out interviews and get a job. Yeah. And so I really learned a lot. Worked several corporate jobs. I worked for a corporate for a McDonald's franchise. Yeah. That was my last position. I worked for them for about 7 years, creating a hiring process, implementing a lot of processes throughout their 17 restaurants in the West Valley. So that was a great experience for me. And so it kind of empowered me to want to be able to help a lot more people and a lot more small businesses as well. And just even a lot more people in their homes. You really just see a need when you're working 50 and 60 hours a week. You understand that it's really hard to maintain your home as well as spend time with your family, go to the games, volunteer in the classrooms. It's a hard balance. Yeah. So instead of, I'm not a house cleaner. However, I can go in and help maintain a lot of those day-to-day chores. Even just once a week, it makes a huge difference when you can come home and everything is picked up. It really gives a lot of my clients peace of mind and helps them in their day.
We talked a little bit about your background being in customer service, and you started answering phones for your dad when you were young, and so you learned the value of customer service. You learned the value of being in the front, the front end of the business, and taking that call that could be to place another order, or somebody saying, I am not happy today because something happened, whether warranted or unwarranted.
Oh, absolutely.
And you had to learn how to deal with those things.
I was probably 10 years old, and then we had landlines, there's landlines. So it was our home line, and it was like, this is how you answer our home line no matter what, because it could be a potential business, a potential new client. So it was important, and looking back at it, you don't realize that in the moment, of course, but looking back, it's like, wow, how lucky I was. And even the flower shop, that's a little bit higher end of a job for a high schooler.
Sure.
And
yeah, of course.
so being, in weddings and helping to set up for those events and stuff, again, that's part of a lot of what I love to do.
With that experience, Nicole, then you jump on to do your own business.
Yeah.
Personal assistant.
Yes. Yeah, and kind of I'm able to encompass a lot of that with my clients, because holiday time, I get to help interior decorators decorate for holidays. It's my favorite time, actually. It's busy. So I get to really utilize a lot of my creative side as well as understanding the needs of a busy person working these crazy hours,
What is the hardest part of a personal assistant? Because, I'm thinking to myself, all right, I need a personal assistant.
The communication.
I was going to say, because by the time that I am done communicating to my personal assistant what is that I need done,
you might
I might just as well do it myself.
Yeah.
And that takes,
it happens.
That takes just an incredible amount of empathy from your point of view with the client to be able to decipher very quickly, very sharply what that individual, what the client is looking for.
Right, and not over presume. Sometimes, I've done that too. You learn your lessons, but sometimes you think, oh, they would want it this way, and it's like, no, they're very simple with that. They're just very picky with all these other things, and that's okay, but that's, again, learning, being in their homes, understanding what they do for a living and their hours, and, just really understanding their needs.
What is the toughest thing that somebody's asked you to do as a personal assistant?
Ooh, I don't think I've had anything that's been tough.
Oh, then you hadn't had me as a client. Then.
Uh-oh.
That's the problem. You see, that's the problem.
I'm not saying that I am the best at everything that I've done, but I do try to be realistic with my time and my efforts as well. And I've turned clients away that I didn't think were going to be a good fit. Maybe it's scheduling, location. Maybe it is the task at hand that I'm thinking I just don't want to do that. The best thing about what I do is I can say that, or I can refer them to somebody else that may be more willing to do that.
Right.
So. And I network a lot, so I know a lot of other small business owners and local, people that can help do a lot of things that I don't want to do or am unwilling to do.
And as a personal assistant, right? I mean, it's kind of a it's a term where you can just fit all sorts of different tasks, right? I mean, it just about anything. I would think of you as a concierge.
Well, it's funny you say that because when I first started, my mom did something similar to this up in Flagstaff, and she was a concierge service. And so when I was up here, my initial idea is I wanted to just help small businesses, in their home, where they just need help with their office, their organization, that kind of thing, maybe once a week, That was my initial thought. And then as I started talking to her, I thought, well, I like doing all that stuff too. I want to do that stuff more than some of this other stuff as well. And so it kind of has encompassed some of the it's concierge. So I've had to revamp. I did actually revamp my business name and everything about a year into it because for that same reason, I needed to figure out how other people can help me get clients as well without having to go into this big explanation of all this that we've been talking about.
I'm calling you today. I need a personal assistance to figure out how to increase my marketing. And you would say what?
I would just come in for an hour. I would ask for an hour meeting, half an hour to an hour, and to just sit and see if it's something that I'm compatible with, that we're compatible, get to hear what they have to say. Sometimes I walk away and we walk away with a great relationship. Sometimes I walk away and I've given them some contacts or some great direction or some advice that they didn't even know about. So so either way, it kind of ends up working itself out.
And that's what's cool about what you do is the fact that not because you're saying that you're a personal assistant that you are a know-it-all of everything,
right?
But rather, if you don't, you would be honest enough to say to the client, no, I can't help you. I don't know enough about this particular subject that you're asking me for help. But I can also connect you with somebody that may be able to assist you. And that's what's cool about what you do.
Absolutely. And I love my networking. I'm very involved in my networking group in the West Valley, and so that's been all I've done to get my business. West Side Moneymakers.
West Side Moneymakers?
Yeah, we meet.
West Side Moneymakers?
We meet at the Village Inn over on 99th Avenue in McDowell. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
How many members do you guys have?
We're between 20 and 23.
Oh, okay.
And we have brought in over $500,000 in closed business between all of our members in the last 2 years.
Very good.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. I mean, of course, our number of members increases and decreases. You know how that goes. But it's been I've been with them, I guess, a year and a half now. Yeah, and I love it. I mean, they become family. One of them was my first client. She's still with me, and they do. I really I love, the connection I have with that group. So it's great.
You're awesome. Best personal assistants in the world.
Oh, thank you.
You want to give your phone number out so that people can contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. My business name is Assist You AZ. You can reach me at 602-785-4592. I'm located in the West Valley, but also see clients in Central Phoenix and the North Valley as well. So, yep, kind of that whole circle.
That's a free promo right there, right?
Thank you.
That's worth a ton of money.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
With that, we're out.